Hi guys, the Kitchen Fairy here, and today I'd like to share you a very fun video, which is fun for me because this is my experiment. So after making some sourdough loaves for a couple of times using the same recipe over and over again, I thought I'm gonna try something else, right? And I gave it a go and it worked. So the recipe that I used before, I have made a lot of sourdough loaves ever since I succeeded in making the sourdough starter. It was only using one recipe, and for this recipe, the original that I already shared as well, the video a week or so ago, it requires to make levain, which is using only 1 tablespoon of the starter, and I have to rest it overnight with additional flour and water. So in my experiment, I did something different because I was impatient to wait overnight and whatnot. I thought, what if I just use the starter itself? And it really worked. My loaves succeeded. My loaves turned out good, so I'm sharing you the video. Check out. See you soon. Bye. So yep, without levain it works just fine. So I'd like to try something different this time. This is 1 kilogram bread flour with 700 gram lukewarm water. Usually I would make levain, but this is right away 3/4 cups of sourdough starter. I want to see how it will, the final result. Will it work nicely? Will it create will it rise? Will it create nice sourdough bread in the end? So crossing fingers. So you're gonna do the same, which is mixing everything with your wooden spatula, and then you're gonna rest it for an hour before you add salt and more water. Just gonna cover it with cling wrap, rest it an hour, and then I'll see you in an hour. It's been an hour. We're gonna add in 25 grams of salt, and 50 grams of water. This is where you want to knead it so that the salt is incorporated nicely. You just want to pinch here and pinch there. And then for this, after this, we're gonna rest it again for 1 hour before we do the French fold. You add it and knead it in the salt. You just want to cover it with cling wrap and let rest for another hour. It will be still sticky. Now that it's been resting for half hour, we're gonna knead it again. From side to side. And you're gonna do this like 3 times at least. Like folding, I mean, for 3 times. So just bring the left side to the center, right side to the center, top side to the center, bottom side to the center. So it's 3 times. And then we're gonna cover it again and then do it in another half hour again. Now it's half hour done. This will be our third time of folding the dough here and there. Each time you want to bring left to center, right to center, top to center, bottom to center. Do this 3 times and then rest it for a half hour, and then we're gonna do the last one again. So in total it's like 4 times you doing this, and 3 sets each morning. So this is the next day. As you can see, the dough rested in the fridge, rose nicely, and this is my experiment. When most recipe using leaven, I did not use leaven. I directly use the sourdough starter just to see whether it's gonna work or not. But it rose nicely yesterday during the fermentation for 4 hours, and then overnight it rose as well when fermented in the fridge. So I'm pretty happy. All we're gonna do now is flip it, score it, and then bake it at 450 Fahrenheit preheated oven, inside Dutch oven, for 30 minutes covered. And then we're gonna take off the lid, and then we're gonna bake it for another 25 minutes. So yeah, pretty happy with this. Place parchment paper on top of it, and we're gonna flip it over. I didn't really put a lot of flour on the basket, although I like the final result once baked. My family, or my husband and kids, had problem eating the white flour because they thought it's too white, too much. Anyways, I'm just gonna score this one. You can score whichever you wish. If you have artistic style, would be so nice, but I don't have. So anyways, now it's ready to be baked. So here are the loaves already baked. This was an experiment using sourdough starter directly instead making leaven. They seem to work fine, but I will wait until it's cooled down to slice and see the crumbs inside. So yep, without leaven it works just fine.